Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you myself applying a polyurethane finish to this wooden mantle that I just stained. It's actually a really easy thing to do, and I'm going to show you exactly the steps that I'm taking to do this little mini project. Now let's get right to it. First and foremost, I'm going to be putting on some gloves just to protect my hands from getting dirty or stained or anything like that. So I just have these little staining gloves right over here that I'll be using. And what I'm going to be using to apply the polyurethane finish is this paintbrush right over here. Now I'm going to take this paintbrush, and I actually have the polyurethane finish right over here. I'm basically going to be dipping it into the polyurethane finish and just basically brushing it onto the wooden mantle. Now I've already sanded and stained this wooden mantle, and I've given it enough time to dry, so now this is basically the clear coat that's going to not only protect the stain, protect the wood, protect the finish, but it's also going to give it a nice finished look. So let's get right to it. I'm just going to go ahead and try and work my way around this wooden mantle. I'll do my best to not obstruct your view, but there might be some tight spots that I'll have to sort of get in front of the camera to make it work. So right now, just taking the brush with the polyurethane, we're going to start right over here. Now what you want to do when you are applying a polyurethane finish is you want to do a nice light coat, because you want to plan on doing more than one coat, okay? Now the reason is because if you try and do a thick coat to get it done in one shot, what's going to happen is you're going to basically end up getting bubbles and air in the finish. And that's definitely not what you want when you're doing a polyurethane coating, okay? Now this, if you'll notice, it also gives it a nice look. I mean, whenever I see any product, any wooden product that has been stained, and I see that it has a polyurethane finish, which most of the time it does, it really allows it to look completely finished, bright and solid and nice and shiny, which is really the look that you want when you are working with stained products. So as you can see right now, I'm just working my way. This is going to be the front of the mantle that I'm working on right now. So I'm just going to make sure that it's really done really well. And you want to try and avoid any of the drips, just like I'm doing right there. And also, depending on the project that you're working on, obviously more care has to be placed with certain aspects of the project. So the front of this mantle and the top of this mantle are basically the main parts that will be seen. The underside of the mantle won't really be seen. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to do a good job with it, but I don't have to place as much care when I'm actually doing the underside of the mantle, because really nobody's going to see it unless you're literally standing under the fireplace or sitting under the fireplace, and that's basically not going to happen. So as you can see, I'm just basically working my way down the front of the mantle, just dipping it just a little bit in the polyurethane can over here. And like I said before, you want to get a thin coat of polyurethane finish on whatever it is that you're working on. And if you are doing a larger project, then you're going to have to obviously bank on more time. Like, I know that applying this polyurethane finish is only going to take me, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 minutes to do the entire thing. And then also, with that being said, you have to allow the polyurethane finish to dry before you apply future coats. So with that being said, you should really consult the label of the product that you're using. This product that I'm using is, I believe it's called a quick dry product. And basically it says allow 3 to 4 hours for the polyurethane finish to dry. Now if you are in doubt and you've waited the time period on the actual product information label, then what you can do is just touch it. And if you touch the polyurethane finish and it's not tacky and it feels completely dry, then you're pretty much good to go with regards to being able to apply the next coat, or go ahead and call it a day. Finish the project. Now for myself, I'm just gonna, by the way, this is the top that I'm working on, so I want to do a pretty good job here too. For myself, I will be mounting this mantle over the top of an electric fireplace once I'm done. So right now, it's about midday, and I'm going to apply this polyurethane finish coat. Then this afternoon, I'm going to let about 4 hours pass between now and the next coat. And then after I apply the next coat, I'm going to actually let it dry overnight. Now, it probably doesn't need that much time to dry, like overnight, but I'm not going to mount this in the middle of the night. So with that being said, if you have some extra time to let the polyurethane finish drying, then you might as well let it cure and let it dry really nicely. This way you know you're going to get an absolutely solid finish. Now, since the polyurethane finish is clear, you're going to want to pay attention to where you are going and where you left off, because it's kind of hard to tell what you've done and what you have to do, what you still have to do, like what's left, because it's a clear coating. When you're staining a product or when you're painting the wood, then you can actually see what's going on. You can see what's left, you can see where you have to do still. But because polyurethane is clear by its nature, and it's a finish, then you really have to pay attention. And my rule of thumb is this: if you're ever in doubt, okay, then what you could do is just go back and go over it. So like if I'm doing this part, and I say, I don't remember if I did this part over here, I could just go back and go over it again. Since the finish is clear, and since you're still doing one coat and you're just spreading it, when you go back over it, you're not really adding a second coat, you're kind of just spreading it out. Then, you know, you're not going to really make a huge difference. You're just going to really make sure that you got all the spots. And that's your main concern. It's a really good goal when you're applying a polyurethane finish to have a nice even coat. Whoa, 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 woo! A tool almost dropped on my head. Almost dropped, on me. I'm going to get this out of the way. Okay. So as you can see right now, I've done the top, I've done the front. Now I'm going to work my way along the back. Now you can't see the back that I'm working on right now. It's right over here. It's on this side over here. So you can't see the back. But what I will tell you is what I'm doing as I'm working my way through. So right now, just starting on the edge over here. Whoa! Just starting on the edge over here. And I actually just spilled the polyurethane on the floor. So I'm going to clean that up once the video is done. But there's enough left in the can over here to finish up. And there should actually even be enough for a thin second coat, which is all that I need. So I should be okay. Let's see if it's still good to get off the floor. You shouldn't really do what I just did, which is just, put your paintbrush on the polyurethane that fell on the floor, because it might get in the finish. It looks clean, that area over there, but the paintbrush just fell on the floor right now. So, you know what? I will tell you what not to do, and that's get things in the finish of the polyurethane. So with that being said, you want to avoid pretty much what I just did and what unfortunately happened to my paintbrush. You want to avoid, getting anything in the polyurethane or in the finish. Now, luckily for me, this is a very small project, and there's quite a bit of polyurethane left inside of this can over here. So I should still be able to finish it with just what's left over in this can. That's the good thing about it. But if you're in an unfortunate situation, then you obviously, if you get something in the finish of the polyurethane, then you got to do your best to actually remove it from the finish, because it's going to actually just end up in the finish. Like, you're going to see it when the project is done. And that's definitely not what you want. So with that being said, we'll consider this a video of explaining what to do and also what not to do. Some do's and don'ts of applying a polyurethane finish. And I don't know how long this video has been, and I know I've been talking a lot, but I've been doing my best to try and keep it informative. And usually I would speed up some of the segments, but with this one, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to show you the whole process. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just finishing up over here. Once again, I was just working on the bottom side, which I don't want to say it's irrelevant, but nobody's going to see it for the most part. So that's why I kind of just did it quickly, and I did a pretty good job. It's more for the protection of the stain on the underside. But that's basically it. In this video, I have shown you the process of myself applying a polyurethane finish to this wooden mantle. Once again, this is a little project that I'm working on, and I just wanted to show you how I was applying the polyurethane finish to the mantle. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one, and let me know what you think about applying polyurethane and about my method of applying polyurethane to this wooden mantle in the comment section of this video. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.